What is up, party people? Welcome back to the third and final here between the Party Astronauts and Bravado. We are on Inferno, of course. Looking forward to getting into it. It's been a relatively close kind of showing so far in terms of the maps, but we've not really had the rounds get in there. We've not had it come all the way down to the wire, so we are hoping that this one is going to deliver. My name is Scriv, joined once again by Neokai, and we are so damn ready to get into the pistol here. There's an awful lot of utility poured up on that T side. Bravado clearly got a game plan for this.
The age-old anecdote. All good best of threes are decided on Inferno. It's a statement I hate because it's Inferno. But for this one, I think I'll give it its respect. This should be a very interesting game. We've had two relatively one-sided maps in terms of specific halves, right? And the big story for me is, how did Bravado bounce back? It was a lackluster T-side. 2 rounds is all they got on T-side. Only 1 rifle round. It's just simply not good enough.
60, digging for information, looking to take over the round with the Julies. Good for 1. Needs the support of Viz and Ben Leet. They will both hit their marks. Leaving just 2, but a keen frag around the corner from March. Might just have got it done, opening up that B bomb site. Bomb plant coming in just a moment here. Looking pretty damn good, if you ask me, for Bravado. Can they use this Molotov? Can they use this space that they've now got to good effectiveness? It looks pretty decent. Wilj inside the smoke, going to be joined by his teammate as well. I love this idea. I absolutely love it. They will move in together, and they will get the backstab if they play their cards right. Looking like they've got the drop. Just a few moments' time, March working his way around. Here's the footsteps. Here's the tap on the bomb. Finds the head of the first, leaving it down to just Chop. He's retrieved some Julies. He's going to look to make them work. A clean frag onto the first, leaving it just to Wilj. A big 10-second hold coming in. Wilj going to dedicate around the corner. Yes, he is. And he finds the headshot. It's cheeky from Chop, and it does not work out.
It's a really unorthodox pistol round, but I love it. The way in which they play that is really, really solid. You know, you're coming through and you're seeing a double smoke hold. I mean, it's such a random way to play, but it works brilliantly. They both sit inside the smoke. One goes wrapping, one sticks over towards tree as well, because they have an expectation that someone's coming from banana. That's what the thought process is there. They don't understand that actually it's a double play through towards coffins. But either way, done enough. Bravado kickstarts the T side well. First round found. The bomb plant, the kills, they got enough money for a decent buy. The gold AK out in the hands of Wilj. PA, they've got a buy. A little bit haphazard in terms of what they've brought to the table. Triple MP9, a Mag 7 for PwnAlone. And Bentley on just the dig.
Yeah, he was enjoying the Mag 7 yesterday, to be fair. A bit more over towards B, I believe it was. But we'll see what he can pull off this time around. Slowly lucky to be alive. He's being a nuisance for sure. They've dragged some rotations across from that A bomb site down. He will go, and they might just start to, you know, discover this one that he is the only player over there. Meanwhile, PwnAlone in the apartments, big frag. Oh, and he gets it done. Always satisfying to see a kill come through from that swag.
He was looking potentially like he could have been caught there as well. Slowly took so much damage. That CT player did not have to respect the smoke at all. He knew that swinging through. Slowly in a Mac 10. Through a smoke, it was always going to go the way of the MP9. Exactly the case there. Bravado actually in a little bit of trouble here. 5 versus 3. Tack him through into a 60. Molotov will keep him at bay. They need to clear first orange. They do. Effectively as well as Daru leading the charge. The IGL to the side. Getting that bomb planted. And of course in doing so, a post plant to play just off the back of it. March, first contact will come his way. But he needs to 180. He needs to be aware just around the corner. Slightly laboured spray. It'll cost him his life for the second they line up, but Triton can't make it work. Down to a 1 versus 2. It's only a tap on the bomb, though, thankfully for Daru, because he would have been a long way away. Now they hold. Now they stick. Looking for it. Fires the first. Can't quite make it a second. PA bounce back with a forced buy win of their own. Bravado in towards a bit of a tricky situation in terms of their economy. I'm expecting a force buy, though.
Keep it going, keep this competition rolling. Yeah, really solid find from Party Astronauts. Ben Leet feeling it. Looking very, very confident in the early stages of the game so far. Absolutely loving the energy here from the Party Astronauts. A really keen turnaround from them, right? It started off very, very poorly on Ancient, and we saw Lucid an awful lot behind them, giving them good words and keeping them in the right mindset. Really paid off over there once they swapped halves especially. So if they can tap back into that, I think we could be in for another good Party Astronauts showing here. Solid map for both these teams, as it should be when it comes down to the third. AWP out very quickly
my
indeed.
God.
What a shot from PwnAlone. Need to see a bit more from him. He's been quiet this series, so it's good to see him activated on the AWP early.
Yeah, I mean, right now, PwnAlone actually been, by his standards, underperforming. You know, he's someone who can really take over a game. That first shot was absolutely gorgeous. This is a buy which shouldn't really phase PwnAlone all too much. We talk more about kind of the storylines at hand here. Coming towards this map, it's a map which both of these two teams like, but when you look at the level of competition they play, it's both domestic for the most part. The only thing that really is the crux that potentially would make you lean in favor of PwnAlone is that very close game against VP yesterday. There was honestly, it should have gone their way. The way they were playing against Virtus Pro, they should have been able to close that one out. They lost 16-13, but it was a really solid performance, and actually specifically from two men who were looking towards make a big difference here, PwnAlone and Ben Lee. They were so crucial to the success. And the parts that we saw that were really positive against Virtus Pro. Jesus, that is...
Even in slow motion.
Yeah, even in slow motion, it's a ridiculous shot. He actually got his head tucked there, so he just gets wallbanged through. It's unfortunate, but hey, it happens. You look towards Bravado, they've only played this map 4 times last 3 months in officials. Again, it's only the domestic league, 3 of them against Nixa as well. This is a map which PA, with North American Challenger League, love to play this. They always like going towards an Inferno that's open. But a lot of reps on it. Granted, the quality maybe not all there. Challenger League over towards NA is a little bit spaced out in terms of the level of teams. You have some really aren't there in that competitive. 65 to double, the second through the smoke as well. Dora is super unfortunate to fall there. He gets caught with a fadeaway bullet on the way out.
Yes, sir. PwnAlone in the apartments. He was playing this angle quite a lot yesterday against VP. Aggressive kind of stance. Unable to find the way in, though. 60, looking for more. Perfect flash. Can't nail the second, but he's done his job for this round, that is for sure. 3 very simple-looking frags. Me and Bravado are down and out for this one. 45 seconds left on the clock to get that bomb down. They've got to try and get some control somewhere. It looks like they want to give it a go towards Banana, right? The immediate numbers are not too bad, but the 2-man setup here on those sandbags is just impenetrable. Wilj for 1. Patiently played here to isolate the second fight, but Ben Lee gets the better of him round the corner. Party Astronauts hitting the ground running. Yeah,
this is a really good start so far. You know, it's confident. It's exactly kind of what we were looking for from Party Astronauts in towards the opening 2 maps. Something which was slow to come as well. And it's actually been the story so far of this game. Slow start to Party Astronauts. In map number 1, it cost them on Ancient. Map number 2, of course. Oh, map number 1 of Vertigo, may I say. Map number 2 of Ancient, they were able to bounce back. They were 7-1 down at one point. It really wasn't looking good for PA. And they're able to turn that game on its head. But this time, starting fast, starting confident, in control. Actually, worrying signs over towards Bravado. Off the back of losing map number 2 as well. Confidence looks at a bit of an all-time low towards the South African roster. They really need to turn this on its head. But unfortunately, this is not going to be the buy to do so. It is quite literally 1 Deagle, 1 Tech 9, and a P250.
Nades over the top. Trying to get an execute going towards the A-bomb site. At the very least, to find a plant would be nice. Slowly taking down PwnAlone on that AWP. Ooh, and a big find from Wilj here. Left incredibly low, but slowly he's got his hands onto the AWP now. Could get very strange indeed. Depending on where he decides to go. Library smoke has gone down. He's not looking that way. I think he's just going to have made it around the corner before being spotted. One coming in from the apartments. Wilj, though, on this Tech 9 is running rampant. They don't have their hands on the bomb is the one big thing. 60 is in the perfect spot to look to deny any kind of bomb control away. Going to find the first and the second. Fantastic stuff. Up to 10 already in this game. You've got to be kidding. Really could take over if he continues on this kind of form.
It's someone that Alan was highlighting on the desk, and, you know, absolutely right. I mean, 60 is someone who could walk away from this series with some really decent stats under his belt. I mean, so far, off the back of the first 2 maps, he is the top fragger on this team, the best performance, averaging a 1.2 rating across the 2 maps. One of them being a pretty lackluster Vertigo, all things considered.
Yeah, but he still performed well.
Exactly. So it says everything. He has been consistent over towards PA in such a positive note. It's a reason why they opted to bring him in towards this roster. Seriously talented individual. Swinging through. Ben Lee leading from the front, but it's actually a triple in favor of Bravado. Good start for them. 2 versus 4 in just shy of 20 seconds. These Viz answers back for one of his own. He falls away in that smoke screen. Bomb is still down over towards Ram. No commitment being made by Bravado yet for it, but Viz could take another scalp here as Wilj just sneaks past.
Big one. Big one. He's not going to go too deep into it. Looks towards second mid instead, so guessing the wrong way. Has this been clocked? Has it been communicated? PwnAlone is over here on the A side of things. That does seem to be where the bomb is slowly but surely going to make its way. Wilj looking the wrong way now. Oh, they are crossing each other. Who's going to see who? Viz has been spotted and gets shot in the back of the head. Massive recovery here from the Bravado boys. It backfired for Party Astronauts getting super aggressive on. The flash is bloody brilliant. Perfect timing to take out PwnAlone. Bravado in for their second then.
Yeah, Wilj, masterclass of a round from him. All he had to do was bide his time. Like ships in the night, they were looking the wrong way. It was looking worrying. All a case in point of who sees who first. And thankfully, I guess, for Bravado, it's Wilj who steps up, and my God, does he. That kill's important, but the flash, the supporting util there, stunning. PwnAlone to fall, and AWP scooped up. Dropped over towards Slowy as well. So for Bravado, here's where the resurgence begins, or at least needs to. That's the hopeful thought here. For PA as well, with this slightly lackluster buy, it's actually very doable. Double Deagle, double M4 and an AWP. Absolutely on the cards here. What can PwnAlone do? He's so important to the success of this team. Now's his time to pop off. Flash will catch him. Molotov ticking on towards the toes there as well. There's information gain by Bravado. Not they're going to use it just yet, though.
It's really playing things patiently. I think they're somewhat aware that there might be a buy into this round. They might have some cash available. They really need to make sure that they do not drop this subsequent round, break the bank, even things up. It is a difficult task. It is hoping to spot someone through the mid window. Doesn't happen for him. Down with the Deagle, nice and close to the action. Spotted, tagged, not finished, but if he'd had his crosshair on, he might have been in for a chance. Chop is the one that finds the gap. PwnAlone dropping Doru, and suddenly the round has fallen apart. Bravado are down to just 2. 60 in on the site itself, goes overlooked, looking for a double here. He might just get it. No, PwnAlone takes it away from him, but a lovely round there from the Party Astronauts, and again, off the back of that risky buy.
It's a flawless round there as well. That is crazy. They're walking into that one. Double Deagle, double M4, and an AWP, and they walk away with no casualties. That alone is pretty damn monstrous, and that's a real capitulation for Bravado. Those are the sort of rounds you can't be losing, or even if you do, you've got to make them unbelievably expensive. You know, we're talking PA walking away with one person staying alive, just because you'll know at least that their buy will be, you know, hindered by it. But nope. Look how comfortable PA look now. They've got a 3-round buffer. They've got 3 AKs to work with too. Everything in their favor. Bravado's economy is absolutely shot. Triton first to fall. To the hands of a double nade there. 60 will see him off. Slowy takes a lot of damage too.
Pretty happy way to get this one kicked off, I'm sure. PwnAlone holding out towards middle with the AWP. Eagle shot coming round is awfully close, but the shoulder is a bit too much. Chop's got him covered. And Chop's in for a double. Ooh, okay. Wilj under the bullets. That's a pretty nice move, to be fair. Goes down to the Molotov. Nothing too substantial coming. Should be able to recover the AWP here. Ooh, no. Okay, so that's actually a relatively big deal. That's, you know, a good 7K of PwnAlone's money going to be dropped there. Yeah. Pretty happy with that. But the round's still coming in for the Party Astronauts, getting a really good bolster of early rounds.
Absolutely. So far. Not a bad position to be in at all. We're looking at this PA side of a lot of confidence. They've bounced back, and they're kind of continuing that really good run of form on Ancient, especially on the CT side of Ancient, in towards the CT side of Inferno. The expectation, of course, is that they won the knife round, right, and chose to start here. And it's worked really well for them so far. 60, 3-1 on opening duels in these first 8 rounds played. Itself is pretty damn substantial. Heading in towards the 9th as well. If he can continue this immaculate run of form, as he's 12-5, it could be on for something. But it's Chop up close to Bertel. That is a monster flash from Chop. Or from PwnAlone, may I say, is Chop who gets a double. Viz comes in for support for one of his own. That is a crazy round already. PwnAlone catches Slowy dropping. And another flawless put up by Party Astronauts in a mammoth statement of a round. Bravado thought they were going to go for the apps dive. They thought they were going to go for the pop. And it does not happen. Timeout called by Bravado. And the jeers starts by Party Astronauts. They're in the same studio. They can hear each other. This is going to be one of the best calls and timeouts Frog has ever had, right? New coach to Bravado. He's elevated this side to become the choice from South Africa. Now it's a time for him to see whether they can bounce back. Can they get back into this game? Because right now it's not looking good.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like this one is really getting out of hand and might be into an unrecoverable position pretty soon. Party Astronauts, we did see them recover things back ever so slightly on Vertigo with a 9-6 half.
Yeah, they were 7-1 at one point as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realms of kind of possibility, but it just doesn't look the same. At least PA were competitive, right? That's the way I think about it. But it doesn't really feel like Bravado competitive in these rounds so far.
It needs to be a big turnaround for sure, and thankfully they have taken that time out as we mentioned. But it needs to have a massive effect here for the Bravado boys. Slowly fearless through the fire, and he will make it quite far. To be fair, a lot of banana info going to come through for that sacrifice of HP. Pistols trained, pistols ready for a chance. Or they might just get one. In it comes. Yep, Wilj on a small off angle will take down Viz. Mid-hold is once again so solid from the Party Astronauts boys. There's an encroachment towards B. A slow contact approach. BwnAlone though, he gets giddy, doesn't he? And he finds a double. Sealing it off. Just Wilj, he's got a recovered AK, but you do not give him a chance here. The bomb is absolutely bloody miles away. He will drop the AWP, but cannot find any more. Once again, the AWP might go missing, so it is costing Party Astronauts quite a lot in some of these rounds, but they are continuing to win them.
I don't think actually they'll be able to pick it up, so yeah, another reinvestment coming through. But actually, even with the rifles alone, they've been playing some really decent Counter-Strike. Look over, yeah, they've got one. I think if you look across the board, yeah, a bit of an investment coming through. Chop dropping one over to PwnAlone. Chop also having a good game. Chop's been actually very quiet so far in this series.
Yeah.
So you look over towards the first two maps, and unfortunately for Chop, the lowest rated player on the team, he's really had a bit of a rough time.
A recent addition, not well known at name, to be fair, in the North American scene. They lose players like John G and Momo that were really fitting in when they were EG White.
Yeah.
So I do feel like he's still finding his feet in this team a little, but certainly nice for him to have a good map.
To his credit, he's not playing hero roles. He's playing Anchor and Lurk. Oh, you know, we look towards Ancient. Every time they were going towards A-Pops, he was still lurking on B, just catching rotations. He's not really, you know, in the pack, finding the frag.
Kind of what you do, I think, with a player that you don't necessarily have full knowledge of just yet. You don't quite know what you want to do with him.
Another entry.
Those simpler roles. Yeah, another one. I don't know. Tritone round the corner is kind of giddy. Doesn't really have the support. It's foolish. Oh, 60, bro. What are you jumping for? They were lined up for you. That was an easy double kill for him on top of each other. But he will lose his life. He's done a lot of damage, gained a lot of information, but it's the follow-up moments that will make the difference. March has dropped another, so this looks very scary now. 3 versus 3, Chop by himself. Let's see what the new boy on the block can get done, I suppose. Nice touchdown nade, finishes off one, does some damage to another. Spots the head of Slowy. A beautiful defense from Pip, leaving Mr. March with a bomb to recover, 25 seconds to do it in, and 3 opponents in his way. It's
an impossible situation. It can't be done. A 1 versus 3 with 20 seconds, especially him being a known quantity. They heard him. They saw him earlier. Smoke dissipates. Gonna give it a crack as well, looking in for the first. Finds it! Oh, God, that's crisp on towards BwnAlone. But Chop's there. A really good pit hole from Chop. The nade's fantastic. Ice in the first fight, the person crossing from short. And seeing off the loss. An evil giggle here from BwnAlone. Feels like a supervillain in a movie, as he knows he is putting, right now, Bravado 6 feet under. 60 is having a continued mammoth performance. It's this hole from Chop, which is everything. It's really good to see as well that Chop, someone who's looked a little bit shaky throughout the series, very confident towards Inferno. Obviously, fundamentally, a bit of a simpler map, as PwnAlone has just shown as he picks apart Slurry down mid. They go for a quick take, and the AWP at range only doing one thing. 50 cal straight in towards the torso. Slurry, who's been a monster performer, 1 on 11. He is really struggling.
Playing a lot better here as well. I think PwnAlone, we've not seen as much from him throughout the series so far. It does feel like he's getting more proactive into this map. And we saw him yesterday really match up well. It feels like this is a great map for him.
Agreed. I think it's because as well, the way he plays it, he's very fluid, very confident. He adapts on the fly. Bravado can't really read him right now. Oh, or 60 either. Spamming the smoke, and Trinton falls again. He's looking for seconds. Takes a tag, and he doubles away. But in the rotation, PwnAlone will close out. This should be done.
Looking like it. Mac 10 is the only hero weapon left. Not going to happen. Crossfire is too strong. 10 rounds, double digits. 4 party astronauts. They have done enough so far. PwnAlone feeling it right now, and it does feel like a massive turnaround for the party astronauts. First time in a while, if not the entire series actually, that I think we've seen them have a substantial lead. Bravado
Absolutely,
obviously had one on Vertigo, had one early on Ancient. Party astronauts have been fighting from the back foot the entire series long, so this is a really nice feeling for them, I think, to be in full control.
The entire story of this series is being PA in recovery mode. From the get-go. The same situation even in the map they won. They won it comfortably previously on towards Ancient, but they still had to recover from 7-1 down. And they are absolutely massacring Bravado right now. Another opener coming through. PwnAlone with the AWP goes aggro in towards second mid. An easy pick for him. An easy fight. And now he's pixel peeking over towards mid. That's so free for him. Slowy is seriously struggling now. 1-12. And it continues to go from worse to worse. Triton left in a near impossible 1 versus 4. PA 11 rounds on CT. Bro, this could be one of the quickest maps we've seen all tournament.
Yeah, the surrender from Bravado. The disappearance of the great avocados, I suppose. It's rough. It's difficult to see. But this is where that experience comes in, man. You have one clean map, one map where maybe you do feel, because of that scoreline at the start, you're like, man, perhaps we should have won. You know, and you finish the map, you step away, you're a little kind of talking to the boys afterwards, and you're like, we could have won that one. And then everyone goes, yeah, man, I guess so. And it can be tough to get your head out the gutter, so to speak.
Yeah,
and
that'd be the big talking point, wasn't it? Right? It was 7-1 up. You've only taken, you know, map number 1 in your favor. You're looking confident. You're playing confident. And it continues into map 2. Everything just feels so nice. And then it just falls apart. And unfortunately for them, it's fallen apart and continued. It's never stopped falling apart. You know, this is a continued kind of performance of what we've seen from Ancient. They actually haven't mentally reset in between the 2 maps. That's the big thing we like to talk about. We talk about it a lot in the online Counter-Strike we do, right? We always talk about if you lose a map, you have to kind of, that 10, 15-minute break you've got to mentally reset. You've got to pick your morale back up. You look towards the coach, Frog, the one to do that. PwnAlone, yet another entry kill. Slowy gets picked off down mid. And they continue to add to the tally. Or sorry, say actually March. 7.2 HP. And he'll just about walk away with the kill towards Chop, but Core jumping in towards Apps. Vid steps up, Doru on his back. It's scrappy Counter-Strike. And this is where Bravado actually find their form, in the chaos.
Certainly not out of the question just yet. Bravado, I think, bringing it down to a lower level, a scrappier level, but PwnAlone is so confident and so successful. These past 3 or 4 rounds for him, he has consistently found openers, consistently kept the aggression going, and just locking down so many sightlines as well with that AWP is one of the key things, I think. Just writes off areas of the map that Bravado can't really re-aggress in towards, and that's exactly what's happened here. And look at where he's at. He's rotated towards B. The dynamicism from this guy, is out of this world. Speaking of out of this world, that's where PwnAlone's going to go. Viz and PwnAlone, but they might not expect PwnAlone to be here so quick. A reapproach from Doru, loses his life. Nade goes round. Decent damage onto Triton. A good find to bring it down to the 1 versus 1, though. Where is this final player? Pete comes round from Viz, and the head is found. The closest chance to Bravado have had for a while goes south, and now it is 12 rounds for Party Astronauts. This game looks like it is slowly but surely coming to a close.
I love to look at the stats of Viz when it comes towards clutches. We saw so many in towards Ancient, yet another one here. In the 1v1/1vx situations, Viz, the consistency he's pulling off of these clutches is miraculous. Continues to bail PA out. 1 in 83 chance, ladies and gents, to get that on your monitors. It is a rare occasion here on Inferno.
See you on Reddit, dude. See
you on Reddit. 1 in 83 chance to see that in towards Apps. Deep Apps on A is where you can go see that. Anyway, back towards the action. Viz and March go 1 apiece. And Aggro starting towards the 15th and final round of this half. And Bravado looking to try and just about salvage a third here, but it's not looking good as Chop steps up for a kill.
Beautiful little smoke, man. Obviously slows down the attack from Bravado, but also gives him like space to work with and a gap to see over. Kills just keep on coming, only March remaining. Down he will go. 13-2 from Party Astronauts. What a look. This should be their map, this should be their series, and this should be them surviving. But we'll see. The South Africans, they got a lot of spirit. Can they turn it into a victory here and a comeback? We'll find out.
Oh, we're good. We're coming off a 7-day boot camp, so we've just been polishing our game, fixing our mistakes, seeing what we need to add and improve on, you know, all that stuff. In Europe, it's just like a blessing to be here and just be able to practice and improve at such a fast rate. It's been fun. It's been good. We've been preparing well for this event.
Our biggest strength has to be our that no one really knows us. They don't know the game style that we play. I mean, they can watch a lot of our demos from South Africa, but the style that we bring now while we've been in Europe compared to how we played in South Africa is completely different. So if they try and read too much into that compared to now, it's going to become, or we're pretty much playing completely differently. People aren't expecting the firepower that we're about to give them.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We said there's a 1 in 83 chance to see, of course, CS 1.1 on the monitor, and it kind of feels like the same odds for Bravado to pull up a comeback here. 13-2 down. It has been a dire performance. And Scriv, you know, we normally do this online. Don't cheat. Don't look at the monitor.
Okay, sorry.
What are the odds? 13-2 on a CT start for Party Astronauts to close things out. What percentage?
98?
Oh, you're pretty damn close, man. 96% chance. Because every game that's ever been played on HL TV.
I never get it right.
You got it once, to be fair.
Did I?
Yeah, but then I got it wrong. So it happens the one time. Either way, back on the way. A pistol is so needed for Bravado, man. If they don't find it, I think the morale is going to be at an all-time low. Let's take a look now on towards the CT side. Arguably the better side for it, but already a little bit of a tag. And a bit of information gained.
Oh, it looks like a B approach, though, from the Party Astronauts. That's where they're most vulnerable on the Bravado side. Oh, great look. Tritone around the corner here, smoking a land down and keep him completely out of the equation here. Rotation's going to start to come in, but there's a lot of utility already down for the Party Astronauts. Bomb site is taken. However, the retake is what we're looking at now, and the boost in particular, only good for one. Slowy on the edge, trying to spam away, can't get it done though. If he had something automatic, but of course not going to happen in the pistol for him. The first line to move in is going to be Slowy. They'll find a couple of headshots here. They'll keep them coming. Bentley out in the open, does well to find one, but that's all he's going to get. So here we go. The long road to recovery has begun.
And obviously, you know, when we look at the conversation on a comeback, it is unbelievably unlikely. We know this. But the way that Bravado have to look at this is one round at a time. They cannot look at a grand scope. They cannot look at the bigger picture here. They have to just take it one round at a time. But the problem for me, and this is something that's been a bit of a reoccurring theme so far this series, Bravado's inability to close out force buy has actually been a bit of a rough kind of stat line across that. It's something which, granted, Ben Lee calls a bit of a masterclass when it comes towards these slightly haphazarded buys. That's exactly what we're going to see. If a bomb plot and a few kills, an AK triple Galil and a Tech 9 coming through. So for PA, the buy, by all things considered of a second round of a half, isn't too shabby. Bravado need to be very careful. A double stack of it towards short, one elevated. Not exactly a bad position to sit in.
Yeah, I do like the setup here. It's something a bit different, right? That's going to be very difficult to predict for PA. It looks like they're going the other way, though, unfortunately. Just as Wilj goes in for the peak as well. He was a couple seconds off there to catch them, so he might not fully respect that they've made it down long. This is an A crunch, and it comes in as a pretty quick one. It does indeed look like the vast majority of the boys not ready. Wow. That's the round. Yeah, what can you do? Save. Your only option is to save, dude. Like, unbelievable. PA with a great call once again. You know, just quick and guesswork going to be required there for Bravado. They just didn't get the timing to spot them out.
It's a great call, and it's actually there's one key issue towards Bravado. I don't know why exactly they did it, but they pulled March off of long and then made him triple stack over towards short. I don't understand what the call there is, because it actually allowed PA to wrap all the way through long, and then all the short players were vulnerable. It was such a weird call then. It cost them. It was a big opening, which PA exploited. And then again, you know, credit to Ben Lee. It's a really good call. Heads up play from them. A contact one, which has come off very successfully and could be flawless. 60 trying to make it expensive, even more expensive on the way out. Only got an MP9, so it doesn't really matter if he loses it.
I do have a feeling the short stack, the idea maybe behind it is in a lot of force buys, you do see apartments burst.
Yeah.
So that's maybe
something Bravado like.
They also had a guy in the apartments trying to peek in at the right time to, you know, catch them with nades out maybe.
Yeah.
He actually ends up going down as well.
I mean, let's recall towards Ancient, right? We remember listening in on the TAC pause. And the big thing that Lucer said off the back of winning their force buy was, be careful, we're expecting yet another pop to come through. Yeah. They're going to go for something quick. So it's probably the call for Bravado was essentially along the same lines, right? They've just won a pistol. They're going to have a bit of money here. Expect another quicker play. Going to try and put us under a lot of pressure, and that's exactly what they didn't get. It was a slow takeover towards long, playing off contact, and PA cooled the Jets just a little bit.
Yeah, I feel
those breaks, and it was great.
You're so far in the lead that you can just kind of do something completely unorthodox, something that you just want to do, I guess, that maybe doesn't make a lot of sense.
Exactly. Nice.
You are more likely to get away with it. It feels like if you call something silly and the game's close and then it doesn't work, it's kind of an even worse feeling for you. Big A damage. Doru quickly traded out. Never really good for the CT side. Things going to be weakened up. There was a push down middle that gets cut off by Party Astronauts. So man advantage now, some stronger weapons taken out of the equation here for the side of Bravado as well. Really not looking too good for the survival. Or they're trying to push back in. Trade's not quite there onto March, but they retain this man advantage. They continue to thin the numbers of Bravado. At a bomb site in particular looks nice and ripe.
Yeah, tough here, right? I mean, Wilj, the eagle in hand. He needs an absolute cork. He might be giving it. Viz, going loud, going proud. And he's met with the eagle to the body. Couple of shots, Khalil scooped up. But not long-lived. Chop will drop it, and it leaves March all alone in what feels like a very difficult 1 versus 2. He does have a smoke to work with and a kit. It's on the cards. And March actually being one of the slightly more consistent performers for Bravado in towards Inferno. It's doable with the flanks on, and Chop closes things out 15-3. And now it feels nigh on impossible to pull this one off. It has been a massacre. And unfortunately, you look towards Bravado and you were hoping, even if they were going to lose here, you know, get 2 losses in the group and go out in the lower bracket, that they go out, you know, proud. But unfortunately, they've limped out of this game. Unless they're able to turn things around, it's going to be a pretty embarrassing exit. And unfortunately, it's a pretty embarrassing buy. Scout, double deagle, double 5-7, and a fairly okay amount of utility. PA should clean this one up. 16-3 is brutal.
That's sad, bro. Yesterday we saw the run boost didn't really come off. It came off today, but they flashed him. It's unlucky.
Ooh, okay.
Nice shot
All
from
right.
Tried Tone. 4 on 4.
We take those.
Managed to get it deep. Ben Lee still sticking around. He will get bested, unfortunately. So there you go. Man advantage coming in, and AK going to be recovered. There is an opportunity for another gun as well.
This is doable, actually. I mean, Triton's taking some damage. Is the only big problem here. And actually, you look towards A, it's slightly undermanned.
Yeah.
That smoke will isolate March out of the fight here. Slowy's going to do it all alone, and he'll fall to the hands of Chop. Coming in quickly, though. March through the smoke, doesn't care. Spike on with the 5-7, can't make it a double. Now into a 2 versus 2. 8 gates are scooped up, but a whole host of damage is being dealt. This retake feels impossible. The bomb will go down, but not yet.
Small fake. Just to buy some time. Molotov comes down, forces you into a slightly worse plant spot.
Oh, hang on.
Viz. Oopsie daisy. Thought he was maybe safe in the corner, going to leave PwnAlone with it all to do. What a quick scope. He can't find the second, though. Oh, my Lord. What a shot. That was crazy. That was crazy, but he couldn't convert it, unfortunately. So Bravado will keep the game alive.
Oh, that was sumptuous. That could have been a ridiculous 1 versus 2. That first shot from PwnAlone on the apps player.
It's so fast. Give me the replay. I want to see it again.
Quick. Oh, yeah. Prod if you can at some point pull that one off. That was incredible. So, Bravado do at least get 1 more notch and kicks out the ability to make this a little bit of a less embarrassing scoreline. Still, they are 11 rounds behind. The buy, though, for PA is a little bit lackluster. Triple Tech 9. Double AK and a bit of util to work with. Not exactly clean over towards Bravado either, though. They've got a double MP9 and a double FAMAS. They haven't even got premium rifles to work with. And Slowy, on peak to the worst possible time. They've wrapped in towards long.
Going to get that smoke down. I don't know whether they want to go through it. Not feeling too confident, but there's definitely the space to do it. There's only 2 on A, right? And one of them's an MP9. Wilj, though, on the edge of the smoke. Finds a key frag gap in that Moto smoke. March tries to go forwards. He's only got an MP9 to work with, though it's not quite enough. 60 trying to find another head. They have regained the man advantage. They've got 3 more to get through to end the game here and now. An upgrade of weaponry for PwnAlone in particular. Oh, the encroachment coming in. Doesn't look too bad. 2 quick kills for the FAMASs. It is now just the pit players. Viz at 60 to hold the line. 60 for his second. Looking very solid indeed. Tritone hoping that he can be the hero. 37 HP, the difference. Not looking too good. Planted for pit. Play off of that fact. He'll get his hands onto a kit. He's got a smoke. It's a Hail Mary move, but 60 goes early, takes him down, secures the fact, and knocks the South Africans out 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately for my fellow countrymen, it just wasn't the exit they were looking for. Like we said, from what was a competitive map number 1 in their favor, a fairly okay map number 2 of Ancient, they limp out on